It's your inhibitor chip. We can help you. Wrong. I had my chip removed a long time ago. Since when? Does it matter? Yes. This is who I am.
Now, I had my suspicions about Crosshair's chip, and I thought he might have removed it, but at the same time, I thought it seemed very unlikely. So I was surprised by the finale when he revealed he had his chip removed. I know some people say that maybe the Empire told him they removed it, but it isn't actually removed, but I think if we look at his behavior closely, we can pinpoint when he had the chip removed. Are you ready? Let's get started. In the pilot episode, Crosshair's chip activates.
Good soldiers follow orders.
However, it doesn't activate as strongly as it does in most of the regular clones. I think of it as it was more of a voice in his head nagging him, constantly telling him what he was supposed to be doing. However, because it wasn't fully activated, he still had control over his actions. Everything he did, he chose to do. If we go to their mission on Onderon to wipe out the insurgents, you'll notice that Crosshair wants to kill them. He has his crosshairs on an elderly lady. However, when Hunter tells him to stand down, he is able to put his gun down. This is interesting because we've seen that when a chip is fully operational, the clones cannot resist it. It simply takes over their body. This leads me to believe that while the chip was telling him he should be doing these things, it wasn't able to force him to do them, and so he was still in control. And then the Empire strengthened Crosshair's programming, and I think this is where the chip fully took over. Tarkin sends him to Onderon again to wipe out the insurgents, this time with a new squad of human recruits. Not only does he ruthlessly kill the leaders, but he also orders his squad to kill the civilians.
Those weren't our orders.
Forget our orders. This is wrong.
So you're not going to comply?
No.
Crosshair kills him without hesitation.
You want to know why they put me in charge? It's because I'm willing to do what needs to be done. Good soldiers follow orders. Finish the mission.
I think the new brutal Crosshair we see here is a result of the strengthening of the program and the chip. The next time we run into Crosshair, it's on Bracca, where the Bad Batch just had their chips removed. Now, once he corners the squad and has them trapped, he tells his troopers to aim for Omega.
The Kaminoans put chips in all the clones. Remember what I told you in the brig? You can't help it.
Aim for the kid.
Remember in the first episode, he was trying to kill another child, Caleb Dune. Caleb was a Jedi, so Crosshair's chip would have been motivating him to kill a Jedi. But Omega is not a threat or marked for elimination. There was no reason for him to aim and try to kill her. This shows his chip was strengthened and he was going to go to whatever lengths to capture the Bad Batch or to hurt them as much as possible. Here's where I want to make an important note. It doesn't matter who the person is, how old they are, or their affiliation, whether they're part of his team or not. If they are a traitor, Crosshair believes they must die. When the Bad Batch attempts to escape through the Venator's engine, Crosshair tries to burn them out by having the Venator's engines turned on. However, it backfires, and instead the engines just burn him.
Turn the engine off!
The next time we see Crosshair, he is mostly healed, but he still has some scarring on the back left side of his head, which is the same area where other clones who had their chip removed have scars. I think this is a pretty big proof of the chip's removal. I feel like it's something the writers and animators put in as a way of saying he has his chip removed. Now, from this point on, his behavior is different. When Hauser, the clone leader, helps Cham Syndulla and company to get away, Crosshair doesn't execute him on the spot, and neither does he kill the other clones who join Hauser. Instead, he merely orders them to be arrested.
Arrest those traitors.
But earlier in the season, he killed a disloyal trooper without hesitation. So what changed? There are two options. Either the chip is no longer in control and he has more control over his actions, or maybe it's because they're clones. When he kills the other members of the elite squad earlier in the season and in the finale, those aren't clones, those are all humans. Maybe he still has reservations about killing his own brothers, but I doubt that given how the Bad Batch had pretty bad feelings towards the Regs. Even still, if Crosshair was willing to kill an innocent child with the chip controlling him, there would be no reason not to kill a traitorous clone. Now fast forward to the finale. When Crosshair traps the Bad Batch in the training facility, he sends one of his troopers to find Omega, not to kill her, but to send her on a ship off-world.
Find the kid.
Crosshair, don't.
It's for her own good.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. A few episodes ago, he told them to aim for the kid to try to kill her. Why the change? His chip was removed. Lastly, when Omega tries to save AZ and nearly drowns, Crosshair is the one to save her.
Going in.
If his chip was operational, he would have started shooting at the other Bad Batch members instead of trying to save Omega. All this evidence tells me that Crosshair did have his chip removed, and it was most likely shortly after his time on Braca. Whatever the reason, it was removed, and Crosshair became slightly more humane again. When do you think Crosshair had his chip removed? Or was it never removed at all? Let me know in the comments below. Are you looking forward to the Bad Batch Season 2? What do you hope to see in it? Hit me up on Instagram and let me know at CTay116. I'm CTay Huber. Thanks for watching and God bless.